Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stars, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 471, season 19. Today's date is September 6, 2025, and welcome to the program. I didn't do a podcast episode Tuesday because I was doing chemo, and I'll explain what's going on with that. On today's program, I'm going to talk about something unusual. Well, not unusual, but something that did happen a long time ago. I'm going to talk about the first wireless remote control. It was made by the Zenith Corporation in Chicago. It was called the Flash-Matic. And I'll talk about the inventor of this wonderful device that has changed television watching forever. This will be fun, like that. Also, I'll read off a 1962 menu from Adolph's Italian restaurant that was located at, what was the address? I forgot the address. 1045 Northwest Street. Thank you. I just thanked somebody. Yeah, somebody walked by and he reminded me. Yeah, so it was at 1045 Northwest Street. It was there for many years, and I found a menu from 1962, and I looked at it and had some wonderful recipes. And, not recipes, but the wonderful items that was listed on the menu. So this will be fun. Before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Manwich Sauce from Hunt's. And this is a commercial from 1976. I remember this very well. It's still on the market. Listen closely to the man who's speaking. You might recognize him. I will tell you who it is after the commercial is played. All right. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the mid-1970s for Manwich Sauce from Hunt's. Thank you.
Number one.
Look! We won! We won! Great! Stay for lunch. I'll make sandwiches.
Mom, a sandwich is a sandwich.
But a manwich is more like a meal.
What's a manwich?
Sloppy Joes with Hunt's Manwich sauce. Manwich's thick sauce with tomatoes, onions, peppers makes my ground beef more of a hot, hearty meal.
Here's to the team.
Here's to you. A sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
Body pains.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Manwich Sauce from Hunt's. This was introduced in 1969, and I remember the commercials very well. I used to watch them in the 70s. It was a sauce. It consisted of tomatoes, peppers, onions. It had a savory, slight sweet flavor. Like it was comfort food. You put this in Sloppy Joes. I love Sloppy Joes. Oh, I love them. It came in original flavor, also bold and thick and chunky varieties, also barbecue flavored. I don't know how that tastes. It's still on the market. I don't know if people still use it. My mom never bought it. She made sloppy joes, but she used like her own tomato sauce. She used the tomatoes in her garden. I don't like tomatoes. I don't. I told people that, even Greek people, they get mad at me because it's like a food of the gods. But I don't like them. I like tomato sauce and ketchup. That's it. But not the vegetable or fruit, whatever you call it. So I never like manwich at all. So sloppy joes I love. Sometimes I put a little sour cream on it, and it's tasty. I remember this woman I used to work with, American Express Travel. She hated manwich. She talked about it all the time. She passed away about a couple years ago. I'm still sad about that. It was a shock. I told her, listen, you don't have to make manwich. Just make tomato sauce like my mom does. And then she got the idea because her daughter liked it, I believe. So, well, don't eat it, but you make it for that. And don't worry. She got hung up on that. And I told her, just calm down. Don't worry about it. As for sloppy joes, I used to eat them at Correas, the school I went to. They had sloppy joe day. The funny thing is, I think one or two people ate it, except the other kids. I loved it because of the smell. It was delicious. I loved it. And the kids got mad at me because I liked it. I couldn't figure out. As a little boy, you get confused about what people say to you. It's just, I still don't understand it. Whatever. All right. Okay, at the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Zenith Flash-Matic wireless remote control. And also I'll read off a 1962 menu from Adolph's restaurant. Before I get started, I'll mention a couple things. Of course, my chemotherapy. I posted earlier this week. The PSA went up a bit again. Doctor didn't say anything because it is going down. But I'm thinking it's called a flare. It's a PSA flare. That means while you're doing treatment, your PSA will rise, while you're doing that. And then it'll fall. So I think that's what's going on. So we'll see what happens. My next chemo is September 22nd. This will be my 8th. I'm scheduled for 12. The doctor said, my oncologist, if this doesn't work, we have another treatment, Pluvito. We're going to try that. There's lots of them. So hopefully not. Hopefully this one will work, but we will see. Thursday, I'm going to meet my urologist. I have to discuss something about surgery, something to do with urinating. I have a problem with that. I've had it for 6 months. So the only way it will solve this is surgery. I don't want to do it, but I have to. This is the only way because I'm leaking and it's a mess, so it's very embarrassing. So I think this will fix it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Two more things. I mentioned a couple, but it's two. One, I announced I'm going on my first vacation next month. So I'm going to New York. It's New York Comic Con. It's a huge comic book convention. They've had it, and I got ticket. I made reservations. I'm waiting for my badges to be mailed to me. Once I activate them, I'm in. The flight's booked. The hotel's booked. I'm all set. I can't wait. I have not been on a vacation probably over 10 years. I have not gone anywhere. First, because I wasn't working. I couldn't afford it. And two, I was sick. Now I'm getting a little better. And I have the opportunity to go. And I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm doing something locally. I don't want to go to Europe or anything like that. People think I'm going to Greece. No, I'm not going. Not yet. It's too soon. So somewhere close by. I'm very excited. And I'll keep you posted of when I'm going to go and what I'm going to do there. Like that. One last thing. I mentioned I posted something, a photo of the Century Mall. It's located at 2828 North Clark Street. The mall is not there anymore, really. There's just a couple stores, like a fitness center or some other thing. But the mall itself is not open. But the theater is there. They still have the theater. And I posted a photo from the 1980s. It showed two stores, the county seat and, what was the other one? Casual Corner. Two mainstays from the late 70s and 80s, mostly the 80s. And they noticed a flag on the side, and it was a Confederate flag. This is the state flag from Georgia before it was changed, like 2001. Now, I don't know who put that up. It's probably someone in charge of decorating the mall. If you're mad about that, if you don't like it, you talk to him, or if he's still alive, I don't know. But that wasn't the point. The point is I posted a photo of the mall because I love 1980s pictures of malls like that. Most of the people liked the photo. They didn't care about the flag, but the others want to start something and all that. And I just want to tell you, this is not a political post. This is a nostalgic post. Just bypass. Most of the complaints is young people because they don't get it. They see something, but, they don't care about history. Excuse me. So just get over yourself. I mean, if you have a question, if you have something, just ask me. Okay. It's a Confederate flag. Yeah, it's changed since then. Everything's simmered down. Just look at it in a nostalgic point of view. ignore the flag. Just look at the mall. And, a lot of people they shop there. They work there. They had great memories. That's great as a teenager. So that's cool. Okay. No one has asked me to take it down. I'm not going to. No. Unless Facebook asked me. But they haven't. So just leave it alone. We'll move on. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the Zenith Flash-Matic wireless remote control. Let me give you a little history of this wonderful, innovative product. Now, the Zenith Flash-Matic was the first wireless remote control for television. It was invented by a man. His name was Eugene Poley, and he was an electric engineer for Zenith Electronics. He's the one that invented this. And so if you're mad about the remote control, he's the one that did this. But I'm glad it's wonderful because in the early days of television, when you bought it, you buy a set. If you want to change the channel, you have to get up from your seat, walk over to the TV and change the channel or adjust the volume or adjust the contrast or, the antenna. Well, the remote control doesn't do the antenna. So that's what it was. So, and we use remotes, we still do, but they've changed. Okay. And, because a lot of people complain about, they're getting up, they got to go sit down like that. It's crazy. Anyway, so this thing was shaped like a gun, like one of those from old science fiction movies, like Flash Gordon or what's it called, Buck Rogers. So you take this thing and you aim it and it shoots off a beam of light. And then, and then this is, I don't know if this works for future televisions. This happened in 1955, but I think this was included to the latest model at the time. And you just aim it at, there were some little, not boxes, like little holes or something like that. And you aim it and you could turn it on the TV or you could turn it off. You can adjust the volume. You want it higher or lower. It does that. And it's a signal that does that. And so you do it clockwise and counterclockwise. So, and then it only lasted for a year. Then the following year, in 1956, they went into, it was called the Space Command remote control. And so Flash-Matic was done. And it improved it. So that's good. That's good to know. And the ad says, and it says here, according to the ad, it says here, a flash of magic light from across the room, no wires, no cords, turns the set on, off, or changes channels. Oh, I forgot to mention that. That's good. I think that's it, what it does. The other thing, you have to do that. Okay, so it's kind of funny when you see your parents, have this thing and they look like they're from outer space going zzz. Oh, that is cute. There's some available on eBay if you want to buy one. I don't know if it'll work. No, it won't work. If you had a 1955 Zenith television set, and if you were a whiz of, improving it or fixing it, maybe it'll work. Maybe, I don't know. It could, maybe, but I doubt it. I don't think so. No. So I just saw this thing earlier, a few years ago, and I'm like, this is fascinating, and I would love to see this in an antique store just to hold it. So that's kind of cool, like that. So Zenith was a wonderful company in Chicago. They invented radios, televisions, VCRs later, DVD players. No, I don't think so. No, but yeah, VCRs they did. Radios, most was their specialty. Downtown they had the Zenith salon shop. I think that's on the corner of Wacker and Michigan. There's pictures floating around the internet. That's kind of cool. I always wanted to visit that store, see all the TVs on display. Now you go to Best Buy, it's kind of cold and generic, but this was fancy back then. Very fancy. That's kind of nice. Okay. All right. Right now I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to read off a menu from 1962 from Adolph's restaurant that was located in the Gold Coast neighborhood of Chicago. All right. So sit back, and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
You may have seen a TV remote control before, but Zenith's got one that does something really different. Of course, it changes channels and adjusts the volume. But now an exclusive feature zooms you into the action. Just press a button on the remote control. The zoom picture is 50% larger. Get a Zenith color TV with the Zoom remote control. Just press and zoom.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that little break. That's related to what I talk about. Right now, I'm going to read off a menu, from Adolph's restaurant that was located in the Gold Coast neighborhood of Chicago. The menu is from 1962. And let's see. So that was located at 1045 North Rush Street. Okay. And let's see what else. Oh, just a moment, please. Let me give you a little quick history of that. So it opened in 1924. Wow, long time ago. Yeah, the Roaring 20s, like that. And it closed in 1981. Okay. And let's see. I don't remember the guy's name. I'm going to look it up. And I'll talk in a while and find him. Anyway, like that. So I think it was Adolph Barucci or something like that. I'll find it. Don't worry about it. Just a moment, please. So it had great Italian cuisine. It was very popular for for tourists to visit like that. And so, whenever you're in town, or let's say you're in the mood to go downstairs to no, not downstairs. I mean downtown. If you live in the city, and you want some Italian restaurant, Italian cuisine, help yourself. That's good. So right now the property is kind of a mixed-use building. I don't know what it was before. I have no idea. So I'll find the owner later. Don't worry about that. I lost him, so that's okay. Anyway, so when I posted this, a couple of people commented that they remember the restaurant. They remember there was a big mirror hanging on the wall inside, and it was very. I don't remember. The interior had an Italian motif. I'm not sure. I don't think so. So that's okay. Anyway, so I have the menu right here. I will bring it up. Okay, here we go. This is a la carte. So I promise I will read the prices. I will do that. So don't worry about it. Okay, so this is an a la carte menu. So we're going to start off with soups. So it's minestrone, 35 cents. Everything is 35 cents except what I'm going to mention. Okay, so minestrone, 35 cents. Consommé natural. Consommé vermicelli. Onion soup au gratin, which is French onion soup, I believe. So that's 50 cents. Cream of tomato, 35 cents. Consommé with spinach, 35. And stracciatella, I can't pronounce it. Stracciatella alla Florentine. I think that's spinach. It's 50 cents. Okay. Now we go to appetizers. Chopped chicken liver, 75 cents. Assorted Italian antipasto, $1. Chilled tomato juice, 35 cents. Anchovies on toast, 75 cents. Not a big fan of anchovies. Tuna fish imported, 75 cents. Olives, ripe or green, 50 cents. Bismarck herring, 50 cents. Stuffed olives, 50 cents. Italian salami, 75 cents. Celery, 35 cents. Stuffed celery, 75 cents. So you paid 40 cents more. Lobster cocktail, 75 cents. Shrimp cocktail, $1. Blue Point cocktail, 50 cents. Crab meat cocktail, $1. Okay. Then we go to seafood. Blue Points, half a dozen, 90 cents. 1 dozen, $1.50. Stewed in cream, $1. Fried in butter, $1. It was fried shrimp. These are fried shrimp with, either butter or Creole sauce, $1.25. Shrimp anchovy, $1. Shrimps a la Adolph, I don't know what that was, $1.25. French fried shrimps, $1.25. Lake Superior whitefish, broiled, $1.50. What is it? Frog legs Italian style, $2. Fried deep sea scallops, $1.25. And lobster tail, $2. It includes potatoes. I'll get to the potatoes later. Steaks and chops, top sirloin steak, $2. Can you imagine what you're paying for now? Oof. Choice sirloin steak for one, $3. For two, $6. Choice tenderloin steak for one, $3. Same thing for two, $6. Broiled lamb chops for two with butter, $3. Breaded veal cutlet, $1.25. Lamb chops and casserole with French mushrooms, $3. And pork chops, $1.50. Includes potatoes and salads. Okay. Poultry, they had chicken a la Florentine. I think that's with spinach. That's $2. Fried chicken and butter, $1.50. Half-broiled chicken, $1.50. Chicken a la King, $1.50. Milk-fed chicken, country style, $1.50. Chicken livers fried in butter, $1.50. Chicken livers with fresh mushrooms, same price, $1.50. Chicken a la cacciatore, $2. Roast turkey, $1.25. Okay. They also serve eggs and omelets. So if you want a plain omelet, that's $70. Omelet with fresh mushrooms, 85 cents. Omelet with jelly, 70 cents. The rest are 70. So it's with tomato and also with cheese. Spanish omelet, 85 cents. Chicken liver omelet, 95 cents. Poached eggs on toast, 70 cents. Bacon or ham and eggs, $1. Boiled eggs, $3. 70 cents. I can only eat 2, not 3, just 2. Poached eggs, Benedictine, $1.75, and shirred eggs, $1.70. Vegetables, they had new string beans, 35 cents, green peas, 35 cents, stewed tomatoes, the same price. Side order mushrooms, 40 cents. French fried onions, $1.25. I don't know why it's expensive. Asparagus, 60 cents. Spinach, 35 cents. Broiled fresh mushrooms and butter, 75 cents. Potatoes, they served. Some were 35 cents, some were 40 or 45, so I'll read them out. So the first two is shoestring and French fried, 35 cents. Next one is lyonnaise, that's 40. American fried is 35 cents. Au gratin and hash browns are 45 cents. Cottage fried is 40 cents, and potatoes and cream, 45 cents. Combination, 45 salads, combination 45 cents, lettuce and tomato 40, just lettuce 35, lettuce with 1 egg 40, anchovies and lettuce 50 cents, shrimp salad $1, tomatoes sliced or quartered 35 cents, chicken, if you want chicken in your salad, $1, fruit salad 40 cents, stuffed tomatoes with chicken $1, Italian salad 50, and tuna fish, 75 cents. And the dressings they had were Roquefort cheese, Thousand Island dressing. I guess that's it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. The wines they had they had cocktails, whiskeys, cocktails, the usual bourbon whiskey, Scott whiskeys. Cocktails, they had Manhattan martinis, Rob Roy old fashions, daiquiris, whiskey sour, you name it, they had them all. Soul Gin Fizz, Tom Collins, Pink Lady, Sidecar, champagne cocktail. They had cordials, they had that, after dinner drinks. They had wines, domestic wines, Port, Muscatel, Dubonnet, Burgundy, champagne. Imported wines, they had Chianti, Orvieto, Canali, Lili, Cannoli, or Frascati, Rigorino. I don't speak Italian. And sparkling wines, Burgundy, Champagne, beer, they had that, and also Heineken's, Okay. All right. So we're not done with the entrees. There's more. We have the Italian. So they had spaghetti, but I'm going to read. It's most were $1.25 and the others were $1. So I'm going to read. So it's spaghetti alla Adolph and Terzini and Mariana. They're $1.25. Alla Neapolitan is $1. Spaghetti with meat sauce, $1.25. Also with fresh mushrooms, $1.25. With chicken livers, $1.25. And meatballs, $1.25. And spaghetti with butter, $1. They had mustacholi. They had it with alla Adolph, Neapolitan, meat sauce, fresh mushrooms, chicken livers, meatballs, and butter. They were just exactly the same price. So it's either $1.25 or $1. Let's see. Green noodles. They had green noodles. Same things. Alla Adolph's, alla Neapolitan, meat sauce, fresh mushrooms, chicken livers, meatballs, alla Forno. I don't know what that means. And butter. The alla Forno is the most expensive one. This is $1.50. The rest are either $1 or $1.25. Okay. So I mentioned the mustacholi. They had homemade ravioli. Same thing. Either cost $1.25 or $1. Alla Adolph, alla Neapolitan, meat sauce, fresh mushrooms, chicken livers, meatballs, or with butter. Okay. They had assorted cold meats, $1. Chicken cold meats, $1. Ham, 75 cents. Potato salad, 45 cents. They had risotto alla Milanese, $1.50. Risotto with mushrooms, $2. Homemade Italian meatballs with fresh mushrooms, ready to serve, $1. Okay. Serve if you want toast, that's 15 cents. Dried or buttered. Milk toast, 50 cents. French toast, 75 cents. Cream toast at 55 cents. Okay. And then they had cheeses, 50 cents. Camembert, Swiss imported. Gorgonzola. They had veal scallopini. Also, fresh mushrooms, Florentine, Marcella, alla mayonnaise, Parmesan, $1.25, $1. They had sandwiches, hot turkey, steak tenderloin, sirloin steak, club sandwich, chicken sandwich, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. There was $1.25, $2.50, $2.25, $1. Very prices like that. They had an Adolph sandwich that was 75 cents. I don't know what that was. Ham sandwiches, American cheese, hamburgers, roast beef, Denver. I don't know what that is. Imported Swiss cheese and ham combination. Imported sardine sandwich. Ham and egg sandwich, Italian salami, fried chicken, meatballs, and toasted cheese. I'm sorry I didn't read all the prices, so that's okay. For desserts, I will read the prices for dessert. Last things. So it's Zabbioni alla Marsala, that costs $1. Homemade Italian cake, 35 cents. Italian spumoni, 35 cents. And bisco tortoni, 25 cents. Okay. I think that's it. All right. So that sounds great. All right. So that's it for the menu from Adolph's Restaurant. All right. So that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the Zenith Flash-Matic wireless remote control. That was the first one invented. And it was introduced in 1955. And also I read a 1962 menu from Adolph's Restaurant that was located at 1045 North Rush Street. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, any apps you have. If you have those apps on your phone or your tablet, tap on them, tap follow, receive the latest episode. Also be on my blog, www.vanishingchicagoland.blog. It is there. You can click on the links. It'll take you right there. I think you sign with the email. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. And again and again and again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Find it on YouTube. Go to YouTube, do the search, go to the search engine, type in Van Chicagoland Stories, click subscribe. If you find it, you receive a notification of the latest episodes. And all of the rest of the episodes are listed. Also, it'll be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Okay, so that's it. I will do another podcast tomorrow. You'll be surprised what I'm going to talk about. Okay. All right. So this is Speaker Science, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of cool, but I like it. And everyone have a great day. All right. So here's bye-bye for me. And here's a little traveling music from our famous Chicago legend, Ray Rayner, with traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and have a great day. Thank you.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.